Would you rather? Yeah, I'd rather be loved, dumbass. Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Duh.
obviously.
Think I want to be disrespected by some kind of asshole I got a lifelong infatuation with, so much to the point that I tricked them into marrying me somehow? And now I just got to go through my entire life with just rejection day after day for the only one in my life who is my beloved. Yo, that's like living out life as Helga Pataki, bro. I ain't into that. I've been watching a lot of Hey Arnold content recently. If you could be any fictional character's best friend, who would it be?
Let me go first because I thought about this. I don't know if you guys did, but I did. See, I went so many different places with this. I went anime. I'm gonna let you guys know. I love anime the most, so I went anime.
You like
this
anime?
I have an anime podcast. If you guys didn't know, I know Kyle, you probably don't since you don't really fuck with me, but you know.
Hey, Raysean, shut up. I was on your show 2 weeks ago. That was actually the last podcast I recorded. It was great. Thank you for having me on. The Raysean Gets an Anime podcast, now available wherever you get your podcast. Anyway, go ahead. Who do you want to be friends with? Because it clearly isn't me.
Who's your bestie?
Man, okay. I got to tell you my frame of mind. First, it went to Goku.
Nope. That was my first reaction too.
No, you can't even let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Okay. Just let me go.
No, I don't want to let you go. Now I actually want to interrupt you every opportunity I have.
I want Goku because I was like, if some shit happen, I want somebody that can handle it. He my best friend. He gonna do it. But then I was like, no, you know what? Fuck that. Why I want to be on the good side? Like, if I want a best friend, I want a best friend that's gonna do shit his way. Well, we gonna fucking rule the galaxy, me and this motherfucker. And all I just gotta do is be best friends. You know who I want to be friends with? Frieza. Frieza would be the greatest person to be friends with. Oh my God, I feel like that would be amazing. That's the type of person where I could be like, hey, and he'd just give me a planet type shit. You know, I would love that. That's who I would choose.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
You don't know who Frieza? He's a maniacally crazy. I wanted to say that word and I fucked it up, but he's a crazy bastard. Super villain.
Nice.
From Frieza. From Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
But one of the most funniest persons in the world.
Nice. Okay. Well, it's cool that Raysean wants to be friends with a villain. I like that. Going a different route.
I think that's the best route to go. Like, oh my God. It's the type of person that's gonna really challenge some shit. You know what I mean? I'd be like, you know what, Frieza? We don't have to listen to these motherfuckers. And he's just gonna kill them.
You want $1 million? They'll just go rob a bank for you.
Man.
No qualms about it.
Blowing up planets. Don't give a fuck about the weaklings. Fuck that shit. Because we all about it. Me and my nigga. Click, click. Oh, that'd be clear. That'd be dope as hell.
Click, click.
What about you, Kyle? Or do you want me to go next because you read it?
I have no idea who I want to be. I don't want to be friends with fucking.
He can't even top Frieza. He can't top Frieza, bro.
No, honestly, Ray, like I don't want to shit on your pick, but it's stupid to pick anybody in the Dragon Ball Z world because you're still fucking you. So anybody closely in that proximity to you, you're gonna get killed.
It's fiction, man. Did this say nonfiction? It means fiction. Open up your imagination. I'm sorry. I have an imagination, and I thought big, and I believe Kyle. I can be in this world. You know what I mean? And apparently, and I'm believing if we in this world, I'm gonna somehow adapt to this world somehow. So I might have some type of abilities.
Yeah, you're gonna adapt. You're gonna adapt to this world by getting killed and resurrected by the Dragon Balls, a la Krillin.
And my best friend is Frieza, so it's gonna happen. I'm coming back. Hopefully.
What do you?
I don't. It's not a lot of good examples to say he do that for, but you know, I'm one of a kind.
I also went with an anime.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it was kind of hard to pick because, like Kyle said, I'm still myself, and I don't want to get like the shit beat out of me. And a lot of this anime is like violent, and I would definitely be a liability. And I get so stressed. So like if I was in a tense situation, I would like start crying. So I picked Luffy from One Piece because I think that would be so fun. You get to go on all kinds of adventures. You live on a pirate ship. You're morally gray because you're a pirate, so you can still do all the fun like stuff, but you're like a good guy. You know what I mean? And he seems funny. And then you get to have Sanji cook for you. And like, I don't know, I think it'd be great. You know what I'm saying?
That whole atmosphere is friendship. Yeah,
exactly.
that would be fun. I could do.
I was like, I'm getting on board with that. I'll be a pirate.
And and it's weak people on the ship too, so you don't never have to be looked at as like you gotta go fight. Oh, I could that's not a bad pick.
I'll have a job too. I'll like do everyone's laundry or something. That'll be like me. I'll be like the housekeeper. You know what I mean? How everyone has like a role. Like I'll just do all like the household stuff and like stay out of the way when they're fighting and just like take care of the ship and have adventures.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like mine is like once I say it, you'll just be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I understand," and I don't really have to like give too much explanation. But
Chuck Norris.
Nah, Chuck Norris is a real dude.
Person?
Yeah, he's a real dude. I'm going with. Although you could pick Walker Texas Ranger, that's probably better than being friends with Chuck Norris if we're being real.
That was Chuck Norris.
Yep. I'm going with the genie from Aladdin.
Oh my God, that's such
Will
a good
Smith
one.
or Robin Williams?
Robin Williams.
Okay.
I totally forgot Will Smith even did that shit. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate Will Smith. I'm a little annoyed with him. Don't get me wrong, but when I think of the genie, I automatically think of Robin Williams' voice.
Same. Yeah.
So like not only you get the genie and like all of his abilities with his magic and wishes and all that stuff, but
yeah, he's funny.
He's very funny. He's like always good for a musical number out of the True Blue. And also it's like hanging out with Robin Williams, who I miss dearly.
Yeah,
so
one of the best.
That's a good one.
Cover all the bases.
Yeah, that is a good one. I didn't see you throwing that one out of there.
I know Disney.
Crazy wishes. And I think he's like crazy powerful too, so he could damn near wish you anything. So
it's like being friends with a funnier, more musically inclined Shenron.
Itty living space.
Perfect.
And he sings. Oh my gosh, the musical numbers you guys would get up to. Oh my God, it'd be great.
100%. And then he'd be hitting a note, and I'd be like, and he'd be like, oh shit, you can hit that harmony, you can hold that third, and I'm like, yeah, genie. And then we become even more best friends, and he gives me even more
like a boy band.
Wishes. And then he becomes even more like Robin Williams.
See, he does a lot of impressions too, so he'd probably be like, come on, give me your best Mick Jagger. You'd be like,
that's a good point.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a great point.
Put on the spot a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I might have won this one. I don't know if
I agree. That was so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Frieza could kill Genie, but we're not really going power scaling, but you know.
Let's not power scale the genie from Aladdin and him hiding in his lamp while Frieza trying to finger like death beating him through the chest, his big blue beautiful chest.
All right, it's my turn. Am I the asshole for being ungrateful about a gift? I, 24 female, have been with my 33-year-old male partner for 6 years. We live paycheck to paycheck, so our life is very low-key. We go on a date every few months, and it's always after much nagging and pouting. However, we always try to put out the effort for special occasions, or I try, and he used to. I go all out for his birthday, our anniversary, and Valentine's Day, and I expect the same. He tries for my birthday, but that's it. For every Valentine's Day, he's given me nothing of note. Last year was a toy car set that I had mentioned I liked, and this year it was flowers and coffee, without even a card or even a date afterwards. Am I ungrateful for not being appreciative enough? The entire year, I'm okay with not going out often or barely receiving any gifts because I truly love him, but on the few occasions, special days of the year, I want to be blown away and feel special. I understand that money is tight, and I've repeatedly told him that there's endless things he can do that don't require money, just effort. He handed me the flowers, and disappointment was clear on my face. He's mad at me now and calling me spoiled and ungrateful. Am I the asshole for not being grateful? Ooh, what do you guys think?
I think that I don't look, because I can see both sides of it here, but I can also understand why she's feeling like unappreciated and frustrated. But I mean, also the dude's kind of like, I don't want to say set expectations, but like you've noticed like the slow decline over the last few years. Like, are you this surprised that this is what it's gotten to? Like, I don't know. It's good that she's deciding to kind of stand up for herself a little bit, if that's what you want to call this. Looking
Yeah.
upset, looking mad. I don't know.
You know what? You know what, Kyle? I think I'm gonna flip the switch this time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go on the woman's side of this.
Okay.
And I believe she's is not the asshole, because it's nothing wrong when wanting something. You know what I mean? And kind of setting those expectations. Not See, I can understand from the perspective of like you wanted big gifts, like you like, I want this big extravagant gifts that cost a lot of money, knowing you guys are on paycheck to paycheck. But it seems like you just really just want a day out and maybe some flowers, just like a routine kind of Valentine's Day type of thing. So I feel like what you can do is tell them what you want. Like, be honest. Tell them like, this is what I feel like we should be able to do on these specific dates. I'm not asking for us to go out every weekend, but when Valentine's Day come out, yes, I hope that we can go out to eat somewhere, that you bring me flowers, that you tell me you love me, on type shit like that. So I feel like that is not hard to like not
I agree.
understand that she will want. So I feel like that's the best way. I feel like she's not an asshole, and I feel like she's coming about it a little weirdly, because I always feel like if you have a problem with something and in a relationship, you should always go straight to the person and
Yes,
just be
be
like, oh,
upfront.
if this is not what this, I don't fucks with this. And if they can't understand that, you gotta either you're gonna go with that or you're gonna go your own way. You gotta figure it out. You can't
Yeah.
because right now you're just gonna keep bubbling this shit in, and then 10-15 years from now you're gonna keep harping back to this same shit when you don't have to. Like, if you feel unappreciated, go somewhere where you feel appreciated. That's my
I
advice.
think one of the things about this, because I agree, I think that she's not the asshole for being ungrateful. I feel like if it's something that disappointed you, it disappointed you. You can't really be held accountable for that. But I don't think she's being clear with her boundaries. I think that she needs to be specific. Like, pouting and nagging and then we go out makes her sound very childish to me. And like maybe she hasn't really made it clear. Like, I expect this type of behavior on these special days. I don't know if she's making that clear. But the other thing I wanted to point out is that she says they've been together for 6 years and they have a 9-year age gap. They started being together when she was 18 and he was 27. So I think it's very clear that the
That is
effort
interesting.
has dropped as she's gotten older, because now he feels like, she's not 18, 19 years old and he's not, 27. Like, oh, I've got this hot 18, 19-year-old girlfriend or whatever.
Now he's like
I think that
30.
kind of age gap is weird.
He's damn near dead.
None of my business, but I think it's weird when an 18-year-old is dating a 27-year-old personally. And I think that, yeah, it explains why he put so much more effort in the
Do you,
beginning.
bro? Do you? Do you?
Yeah, I
That's how I say.
guess,
Get your check how you get your checks. Everybody do what they gotta do.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a problematic age gap.
excuse
Like,
me. No,
I
like
didn't
the
even
weird vibe.
realize that. I must have.
honestly, I didn't either. I didn't do the math out when you were reading it. I didn't even
That
think
was
about it.
weird.
I was just like, how do I read this if I'm reading it to myself? Oh, the girl is how old? The man is that old? Okay, I read that correctly. Way to go. That's basically where my brain's been at lately, because just so much going on. But I'm glad that you pointed that part of it out. That
Because even
definitely
right
contributes to
now,
the dynamic of that relationship
yeah,
100%.
24 and 33. I mean, I'm almost 31. I can't imagine dating a 24-year-old at all right now. That would be weird.
Yeah.
What would we
The
even have in
wants and
common?
needs are way different. You know what I mean? You
It's
probably want
so
to
strange.
stay in and chill. They want to go out and party. See, that might be the main difference between them. Because like he might think he going all out, and she like, this is the
Yeah,
bare
what the hell's
minimum.
this?
So
Yeah.
like, He like, bro, I thought back in my day that was it.
And I'm like, yeah, flowers and coffee. This is great. I can sit and do my jigsaw puzzle and drink some new
But then she
coffee.
said
Yeah.
she goes out for him on like his like
Yeah.
birthday and stuff. I kind of wonder. I wish he would have explained a little bit more about that, and so we can kind of compare the difference to like you know what I mean. And also one thing too, I feel like people do things for other people that they want done for them. That you cannot expect that.
But not
You
always,
cannot.
though.
You can. I'm just saying you can't expect somebody to do something for you just because you did something for them. Now I'm just gonna
But
I'm
the
just
other
gonna let
way
you know.
around is that, like, she gives him all these extravagant gifts, right? And he gives her, like, bare minimum. But if she was giving him bare minimum gifts, you think that he would be down for that? I doubt
He
it. I think
probably went on give her. He probably like, I thought I'm just
You
trying to
think
fuck.
so?
And then
Mm,
you throwing all
maybe.
the gifts and all everything else on top of it. I'm like, hooray. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, bonus.
I'm not
That's true.
that's not what I was
Let's
just do
talk about the
you.
gift that he did get her, which is a weird
The
gift.
toy
What was it?
car one was weird. What is
Which
Yeah.
one?
that?
What did he get her?
She said last year he got her a toy car set that she said she liked. Like, model cars? Like, what do you mean a toy
Did she
car
say she
set?
liked it? Like I don't
Some
understand.
In the
Matchbox
Like
post,
is
shit.
it
she said that she mentioned she liked it. Yeah, it's a weird
so if
present.
she I mean that ain't isn't that a good gift? Like he
Like,
probably
did she
saw her and
like
she, oh
it
you fuck with
enough?
that? Okay.
Did she like it enough to want it for herself, or
Right.
did she like it enough to
Maybe
be
he's just
like,
not good at gifts. Maybe
maybe?
that's just what it
I
is. He
think he
just
bought a gift for himself. Maybe he was like, "Hey,
Hmm.
isn't this car set cool?" And she's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
it's
it's
cool.
cool." And he's like, "Sick! I
Yeah,
know exactly what I'm getting you for Valentine's Day." Like, it could be some
it
shit
does
like
feel like
that,
that.
dude.
It's
I
true.
mean, the age
I
gap
guess it
is
could be
a
because
whole different
I
dynamic.
It's weird. I think it's weird, personally.
It's just
yeah
a lot of life in between 24 and 33.
Yeah,
yeah a
a
lot of life.
lot.
That's a whole presidency term right there.
It's like two,
It's 2. Yeah.
two and
Yeah
a quarter.
yeah. When I said president, I meant like because a lot of them
2.25.
been 2 years now. Except for Trump, but a lot of them been like 2 years.
Oh, let's not mention that. Well, we all think that she's not the asshole, right? Or is it like, I don't think she's the
You
asshole.
know,
Nah, I don't think she's the asshole. I think she was taken advantage of by like a creepy older dude with a problematic
Same.
age gap
I don't
thing
think it's
several years ago. And she's been
she
in a relationship
getting.
with him since. I think she's the kind of the victim here, definitely not the asshole.
I think
Yeah, same.
she gets something out of this relationship. So I'm not gonna say she's the victim, but I'm pretty sure her bills and she probably not no debt. I bet no debt. Oh, she did
That's
say they
such a
live in paycheck.
generalization.
She said she living
Paycheck to
paycheck to
paycheck.
paycheck. Oh, so I don't
They
even
are
know why she
not living
doing
in
this age
luxury.
gap. She must really like him because
That's what
I'm
she
not
said.
dating
She was like,
nobody
really
that
love
much
him.
older than me, and my bills ain't getting paid. That don't even make sense to me. So,
Same.
I'm a hoe. I'll be honest.
Well,
Appreciate
right.
your honesty.
You gotta be real sometimes.
Very nice.
Gotta be real.
I, 19 female, just moved in with 4 friends. And then they decided that the rules for bringing strangers homes is woman allowed, but no men you don't know. But no man you don't know. Women allowed, but no men you don't know. That's I can understand that for a group of females, but okay. I'm the only straight woman in a group with a gay woman and 3 straight men. Okay. They just decided that right after moving day, they said that strange men are too dangerous and we need to know them for a whole month before bringing them into the place. Dang. Unless it's with a large group. I tried to say it was sexist against me and get the other girls on my side. But she said she was terrified of strange men and didn't want them in our place ever. I felt like this is very unfair to me as the sole meat lover in the group. I love that. Like, should I give up or do I have a point? Girl, get your meat. These some bitches. They should have said something when y'all had the lease. Now they want to say something. They knew it. See, they didn't want to say nothing until they got your name on the lease. Now you can't move.
Yeah, it felt like it was on purpose for sure.
There's some bull crap. Or the bitch she wants you. That's what it is. She like, nah, if I can stop her from bringing men in here, now she gonna have to lick some fish.
I'll start looking real good,
You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking. See, I can see the other dudes. They trying to drive your other competition out. You know what I mean? You gotta fuck one of us now. You know, bitch, like we don't want no strange dudes in the house.
Are you trying to imply that her lesbian roommates are gonna make her turn into a lesbian by not letting any dudes in the house? Is that what you just said?
There's only one lesbian roommate. And
yeah, it's like three straight dudes.
Three straight men.
Oh, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That the dudes are like,
really,
sorry,
it's
we got eyes set on you.
It's 4 straight dudes. That's basically what it is. Because it's like
no, it's 3 dudes and a lesbian. And she's a straight woman who is a self-professed meat lover. So I don't know, man. I get why she would feel uncomfortable. As somebody who lived with a straight woman, so like she'd bring weird dudes home sometimes. I never loved it. Don't get me wrong. I did not love it. And like I'd prefer if she did it. Not like she did it a ton, but like the few times it did happen, I'm like, what the fuck? But like it's her house too. Like I'm not gonna tell her, no, you can't bring dudes home. Like if I'm bringing girls home and shit, like that's not fair at all. The lesbians probably bringing girls home. The 3 straight dudes are probably bringing girls home. These dudes just are like trying to be protective of their place, I think. Not so much the girl, but they're using the girl as the excuse. Like, we don't want dudes around here, only girls. So you can't bring any dudes home. Because of your protection, not because we don't want any further competition from other males, other females being around.
You never know what the type of mindsets people have nowadays, but I think if they bring in you need to act the same way. You gotta have the same standards. If I can't bring niggas
either
in here,
no strangers,
I can't bring bitches in here. It's nobody. If we need to know them for a month, I want to know them. I'll pick 2 months because I don't want you bringing no random bitches in here. Like fuck that.
Very true.
Also, they have to run.
I'm a straight asshole. So once you give me the rule, like everybody got to play by the rules because it's gonna flip the house, man. You gotta do it because this is a bull crap.
It does feel super unfair. I mean, I agree. No offense to you guys or anything, but I don't like men. Like, I think that men are freaky. I wouldn't want men coming to my house. But I feel like it has to be like a full-on rule. Like, no offense, guys.
God dang. No I don't know why that was so funny, but when you just said that like that, I hate that. That was like, oh dang, me and Kyle been thinking we've been friends, but I guess
dude, for real, like I think we're best friends. She's like, no, actually, I low-key hate you guys, and this is why I only talk through the internet. You know,
I do think that men can be like dangerous, I guess, in a way, but it is so hypocritical. Like it's either no strangers, period, or the rule doesn't apply, because that's ridiculous. It's like it really just singles her out like so hard. So.
And what do you mean a month? How are you gonna get to know? How I'm supposed to bring? How are you gonna meet them? How are you gonna get to know them? We gonna meet at? Oh, you gonna go to the bars?
The whole group has to meet up together. Like I don't get it. Yeah, it's weird. Hey, I want to take you home, but I have to date you for 3 more weeks, and you have to meet all my roommates. Like,
you have to meet my roommates at the park later.
Yeah,
so they can like check you out and make sure you're cool.
Not at night. Yeah,
because they're not going to spend money to come meet you, because it's going to be a month worth of this stuff. So start it off.
Then the fucked up thing is they fucking other people every other night, and then you just sit here like, I don't even know who this bitch is. Like it'll be some crazy shit, man. Oh man.
So I think what advice do we give her? Like, tell your roommates
she's like,
to get fucked.
Tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, just don't follow the rule, I guess. Yeah.
I'd be like, I paid my half of the rent. I do my shit, bro. So let me do what I want to do. I don't worry about what y'all do over there. I didn't even get mad when y'all asked me about all this other shit. So just let me do what I want to do. Like it's like, what is y'all trying to stop me
from
being me?
It's an uphill battle, though. because it's 4 people against her. So, like,
It
if she pisses
is. It
everyone off, it's
is.
gonna be really uncomfortable and weird.
But
Because it's
see,
the 4 of them versus her, so that really sucks. Like, I don't know, but I wouldn't let it go. Like,
dang,
I
that
think that
is
that's really annoying. Next thing
No,
you know,
dude.
it's gonna be like,
dang, because yeah, they can always try to get you out of there because it is
yeah, they
4
can vote
against
you out.
1.
You've been
Yeah,
voted
you
off the
might have
island.
chose the wrong people to group with. I'll
That's
probably
true
be
too.
working on my way to
Yeah.
get out of there. I'll probably just look around, play it for how long I need to play it. Because I don't
Mm,
know. If you can't switch nobody to your side, I don't know. Yeah, it is 4
it
against 1.
sucks.
Yeah,
Starting
it'd
with the
be
Sucks.
crazy if
lesbian.
it get a little dangerous. You might have to, because roommates can be dangerous too. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
You might
true.
have to fuck around and stab somebody.
And that makes so much
You
sense
never
too. It's
know.
like, you know how you were reading the post, you were like, "Oh yeah, a group of girls, that makes sense," you know? Like, she has 3 men also living at that
That's what
apartment.
I'm
So this
saying. Like,
idea where it's like it's so oh my god, strange men in the apartment is so dangerous. Like, it's not like, I mean, like, yeah, I guess, but
I
like you've
wonder how
got
well
4
all
men
these
living
people
there.
know each other. Like, why they think you bring strange men in?
Maybe
You
she
know what I
does.
mean? If these
Yeah,
your
maybe she's a
friends,
hoe. I don't know.
Could be
I,
it.
I
Yeah,
guess that the type of people these are too. You
that's
know, that
true.
could be. And what
Yeah.
if the other people are there like
In
valedictorian
long-term
scholars?
relationships,
Like,
and she's just like the
are
weirdo.
are that or they could be
Maybe.
introverts. Like, they don't even go outside. So you bringing in people is kind of
Like
weird
me.
for them. Like, so I can
Very
feel
maybe.
that.
My advice is this: you got to
You need to
play it
move.
like you. Well, yeah, that could be it. Honestly, that could be like the most practical advice. Is like maybe you just chose to live with the wrong people. However, if like you signed a year-long lease or whatever, then you got to play this
Damn.
shit like I believe how Game of Thrones plays out. I don't actually never watched that show, so but I imagine it's lots of politics, right? Like you got to like gain favor with other people. You got to like win one
Yeah.
person over to your side, then maybe a second person, and before you know it, it's 3 versus 2. So start with the lesbian. She's probably most empathetic to your plight and the fact that you want to get dick down in some such way. She is not necessarily trying to get down with dick, but you understand what I'm saying. For her, it would be more of the like understand like it's really fucked up for you guys to be like, you can't bring dudes home when I'm the only person who has sexual intercourse with dudes. You guys are making a rule
Play the
basically
sexist card.
just for me. But don't
Mhm.
play the sexist card to the men, dude. Play it to the woman
That's why
who
I'm
did
saying play.
like she's going to be the most empathetic to what you're trying to say. Like it's not fair that you guys can dictate who I can't bring home, but I've got no say as to who you can or can't bring home. You know what I mean? Get
Mhm.
her on your side. Then you target the most liberal cuck soy boy amongst the 3 male roommates, right? And you get him on your side and you realize why this is a fucked up double standard, why they can dictate who can't come home with her and why she can't dictate shit about who comes home with them. And then it's 3 versus 2. Then maybe
Nice.
you're kicking out like the 5th guy who's like steadfast that you can't bring home dudes because maybe he got a crush on her or something. I don't know. There's
Mm.
lots of different social dynamics interwoven into this whole fucked up scenario. My point is politics, baby. You got to win them shits over. Okay. That's my
You could
advice.
also maybe
Don't come
say
to
that, like,
Reddit.
when they try to invite friends over, you can be like, "I don't know Greg. You can't invite Greg over here to play
I only
Xbox."
met Greg last week. It hasn't quite been a
I've
month.
never met Greg before. Yeah, I've only ever heard you talk about him. Greg can't come here.
Greg
It's
who?
against the rules,
But see,
you
you
Mhm.
gotta
know?
do this while they like already set up. They got the PS4
Yeah,
PS5
they're,
ready
like,
to
ready.
go. You gotta be
Ordered
like,
pizza.
what the fuck? Who the hell is he? He got to go. Turn the TV. He gotta
Sorry,
go.
you guys. It's like a apartment rule,
Mm-mm.
actually,
I
for health
ain't
and
point out
safety.
the rule on the wall. Like, didn't y'all write this one? How y'all gonna
Live,
write a
laugh,
rule
love.
and not
No
follow it?
weird men.
I'll be so mad.
It's
You
like
just
a
gotta.
sexual partner application that you got to fill out in order to enter the apartment. You know, it's like we've been dating for a month, but you haven't met my roommates yet. Also, fill out this paperwork. Give me your emergency
Sign waiver.
contacts information. Sign a waiver in case my male roommates don't like you and beat you up. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's good
Politics,
advice.
politics, baby. Don't come to Reddit.
It's
We
more
don't
like
know shit.
Survivor than, like, Game of Thrones, I feel like. In Survivor, that
It is
game,
more like Survivor. You
they would
gotta
all, like, make little pacts with each
pact.
other and be like, "We're gonna vote, Paul off the
Wait,
island."
what did
Like,
I say? Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
yeah.
Name it.
Is
I
Sur-
thought you was gonna say we're gonna go
is
javelin
Survivor
or
not the
kill off
wait?
somebody.
Am I confusing Game of Thrones and Survivor? Are they not
I
Yeah.
the
don't know
same
what
thing?
you're confusing. But Game of
Survivor is
Thrones
a
is
little
like a lot of
different. That's
violence.
more like that's some game shows, where they be on an island and it'd be like a bitch. No, I need to.
And it's
And
like
you'd
you are
have like
voted off
immunity,
because
whatever.
you
Yeah, they
are
be
cast
like,
off the island because you are my cousin and I want to fuck you. Also, there's a dragon in the background. Are these not the
or
same
No,
like,
show?
they're not the same. They're
not no.
similar. I see how you mix them up.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Glad somebody
Good.
else understands.
I don't see how, guys, but
Nobody asked you, Raysean.
you guys
so.
comment below if you understand what Kyle was going through.
They get it. The people get it. Why do you think they listen to this show? They get it.
The people, they get it. All right, let's get started, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, you guys. My dad wants to move in with me when he gets out of jail. My dad is currently in jail. I received a letter from him this morning asking if he can move in with me when he gets out in March. I'm 22 years old and live with my boyfriend in a 2-bedroom flat. I've never really had the best relationships with my father. He's been a drug addict my whole life and is in jail for abusing his girlfriend. Whenever I visited him during my teenage years, I would always ring my mother and cry to come home because he's so negative, and we would all be walking around on eggshells trying not to make him angry. It's strange to me because I have never lived with him before and I don't want to. His vibes give me anxiety, and I've already cried twice over this. Can somebody please give me advice on how I can say no without hurting his feelings? He says he's off the drugs and doing better, but a part of me doesn't believe it at all. Womp
Tell a
womp.
motherfucker no.
Just say
No.
no.
Yeah, you cannot live in a place and not have peace. That is my number one thing. If you are
Yeah.
paying rent somewhere and you feel like you cannot have peace, then don't fucking do it. You know what I mean? If you've never lived with this man and this man is driving you to this point in insane, don't fucking
From a
do it.
letter.
Like, it's no
Yeah.
point. Like, you deserve to have your own sanity right now. You're not a little kid anymore. He can't order you to do shit. You can tell that motherfucker to kick rocks and tell him, be like, damn, if you didn't fuck your life up so bad, you'll have some people you could call to stay over. But I don't even know you for real. So fuck off.
It kind of sucks though because I
Fuck him.
I can
Oh, I didn't mean it.
I hate hurting people's feelings. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like I hate hurting people's feelings because I'm always giving advice where I'm just like, fuck them, fuck this, but like I have very few people in my life that I'm close with, and I hate ever having to hurt people's feelings. Like it gives me anxiety. I totally get it. And it sucks because it's like, he does need somewhere to go, and maybe it would be like a start for his life to get better, but it feels like a slippery slope. You live with your boyfriend, you're only 22. This is probably your first apartment,
That's
like
gonna
with your
cause
boyfriend.
tension.
Yeah, if you're already walking around on eggshells just when you visit, like imagine what that's like at home, like when you're trying to like relax after work. I mean, it really sucks though, because it's like, how do people really get back on their feet? Like our country does not give people like stepping stones back up into society, like when they leave
That
prison.
is
Like
true. That
they
is
just
true.
throw you out there. So it sucks because it's like, oh, like you
But
want
I
him to
am
be
going
able to
to
have a good
interject a
platform.
little bit and say this is why you don't be an asshole,
Yeah, this is why you don't do drugs and
especially
beat your
to
girlfriend, I guess.
your immediate family.
Yeah.
So you can keep going, Kelly. I'm
Uh,
sorry for that, but like, I just feel like yes, you
I
feel like
know.
you really want to help them because they're family, but then it's like you only been shitty to me. Like, you know what I
It's true.
mean?
No, it's true.
Like
Yeah.
so
And like you
what
said, your
am I
home should
supposed
be
to
your
do?
sanctuary.
Like,
Like you should be comfortable at home. You know what I mean? Like you should not be uncomfortable in your own house. Like, sorry.
but I
You
like
know?
that you brought up the boyfriend aspect because that could be a whole fucked up
Yeah, what if
situation
your
right
boyfriend
there.
doesn't like how does he feel about this? It's like,
Because he's not gonna really want to be in a situation seeing you getting all tensed up and all, like, you know what I mean. And then if your dad coming out of jail, I'm not think he's not paying for anything because he's probably not working. So then that's tension on top of that, and like it's gonna. I don't know. This is a hard one. Like This is a hard one, man.
It sucks. Yeah.
Oversell how small your place is. Just like, I'm sorry, we really don't have the space, but
Kyle, he was in jail, so I don't really think that like a small
dude,
apartment
it's
is gonna
different
be
though.
like
It's not like we don't
to
have the
him
space. It's
thinking
not
like,
like
oh yeah,
it's not that we only have a limited amount of space for you. It's that this space that we have for the two of us is small for us, and we
yeah,
can't put a third person in here. So
Say the
you
that's right. That's a
complex
good
don't
way to put
take
it.
convicts. That's what I say.
well, what I was gonna
They
say
don't
is
take
because
convicts.
he is transitioning out of jail, there are certainly some health programs that you could look into for like temporary housing
Oh,
assistance and things like that. But like you
Mm,
need to tell him one, no, we're already like on top of each other with how small this place is. We don't have room for a third person here. If we
yeah,
ever
and be
wanted to have
firm about
kids,
it.
yeah.
we'd have to leave here. Like, but then you follow that up with, however, I looked into these 2 or 3 programs that could help you with some temporary housing assistance while you get back up on your feet after you get out of jail. It's less shitty to deliver bad news to somebody when you can
Mm,
also give them like, but look into these things to see if like we can get you some help somewhere else. Like I can't help you, but let's see if somebody else can.
You know what's
yeah.
funny? Because after that letter he sent me, I would have sent one back like, "Who the hell told you I got a place?" Because that's somebody I need to kick off Facebook. Because that's some bullshit right there. But that's just
It
me because
is
I'm an asshole. I'm just an
honestly, it
asshole,
is so
man.
crazy how many people like I don't know if it's our generation or whatever, but like my people my parents' age, I feel like they're also shocked that their adult children don't really they're not really that involved in their lives, you know what I mean? But it's because I feel like people don't understand that, like you said, Raysean, like, you've been nothing but a dick to me, like, all the time. You make me feel bad all the time. Like, why would I wanna help you just because you're my dad? Because, like, when I'm thinking about it, of course, I'm kind of putting, like, my relationship with my dad, I'm like, "Oh my god, I would do anything to help my dad." But that's because 'cause I'm close with my dad, you know what I mean? My dad doesn't make me cry, like, every time I see him, you know? Like, yeah, you're right, maybe you shouldn't have been an asshole to everybody. Sorry.
Made your own bed, dog.
It sucks.
Sometimes you gotta lay in it. That's why I always take the moment to try to be nice to everybody, even though I'm an asshole. But you gotta, because then when people think back at you, you don't want them to always think asshole. You want them to be like, he did
Yeah.
buy me a coffee that one time, you know?
Rayshon can be a dick, but he makes me laugh, and, he did buy me a cup of coffee. It was great. Yeah, okay. You can stay with me. Sounds great. Yeah.
It's not what you say, it's how you make people feel. Sometimes that takes the shape of you saying some shitty, terrible things to your child, or it takes the shape of Rayshawn bringing me a coffee at work 'cause he's a great friend.
Coffee and flowers, I think that's a nice Valentine's Day present, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
like
what she
thinking
was so
back,
ungrateful
like
for.
she wasn't an asshole, but like she was a
No.
little like, I want more than this. But it's like, lady, you've been dating like a
But
27-year-old
see,
fucking schlub for your whole
Yeah,
Ellie,
life.
you're
let your
like what?
boundaries.
You're like 30 though, aren't you?
Me? I'm
Yeah.
gonna be 31 this year. Oh,
See,
crazy.
you're kind of older to like the
I
guy.
love
So I feel like
flowers and a cup of coffee. Oh my god, that's great. Like,
that's interesting.
absolutely. Yeah.
I
So
wonder
Awesome.
if we
anyway,
had like somebody else that was like younger, would they be like, no, that's a shitty gift. You know what I mean?
Where's
Like
my
I just
giant
want
teddy
to.
bear? Where's my Facebook post professing your love for me?
I'd
Where's
be
the
like,
Instagram story? That picture wasn't even flattering.
yeah, Dad, where is the Instagram story telling me how grateful you are that you're out of jail and you're sober and that you want to have a good relationship with your daughter and you want to live with her? Where is that, Dad?
Yeah, Dad. You've never been here for any of my birthdays. I know you were in jail, but still, no excuse.
Fuck you, Dad.
see,
Fuck
that's
you,
a hard
Dad.
one. If it's like they never been in your life type of thing.
Yeah, that sucks. She says they've
Uh,
never lived together ever. It's like a stranger living in your house almost. Like I
yeah.
don't know.
Then you gotta hope you off
Sucks.
drugs, because then it's like then when I always tell people this, it takes almost three weeks. Sometimes in some states it take 3 months for a person to be considered a resident in your house. I always tell
Mm,
people you better never use my address. As soon as I hear you use my address, you gone. I don't care if you put on a job application, you gotta go. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't know
I see what
that.
you're doing. Yep, that is exactly what it is. Then you gotta get them kicked out. You can't tell them to leave. You got to get them kicked out through like
Like
the court.
evicted with a constable.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why
it's
I
like
always,
squatting.
yeah, I keep a track of it.
Oh.
I'd be like, why you got bags in my house? You
How
need to go
often
to
do you
hell.
have friends using your address and dropping shit off at your house?
No one's ever done that for me ever.
Not that much, because like I keep a track of it. I'd be
Discourages
like,
it.
you've been here, that bag been here for 2
No,
days,
no.
bitch. What is you doing? Like, oh, I need you to pick
Not
this
that
up.
long because I've been keeping track of it.
Oh God.
Mm-mm.
Well, I hope that was some good advice. Shitty
I hope
situation
so.
to be in.
That was a beautiful advice.
Maybe you
That's
need
all
to
I
tell your
have to say.
boyfriend and be like, hey, just tell him no for me or something. Let him be the
Mm.
man, I
Yeah,
guess.
blame your boyfriend right up until your dad shows up and kicks the shit out of your boyfriend and said, I took care of that problem for us, honey. Now I can live here with you.
Now I can move in.
As he smokes
That
past
would
the
be
cigarette.
funny as hell.
That would
I
be
would laugh
so
my ass
great.
off. If I was like the neighbor, I'd be like, damn. Ooh. Kelly picked this, guys. She got us over here going mind fucked right now.
Thought provoking. Yeah. A little depressing,
that's a
but
good
come on. True love doesn't exist. So.
That is true. It's all about what you can do for me. That's all it is. I'm telling people, when you go into a relationship, what you got at the start of it, that is pretty much what you need to maintain. Because
Dog,
if
you
you
want to
don't,
save
if
it till I
you one
read
of
it?
those,
Raysean.
oh,
Save it until he
damn,
reads
okay,
it. Come on.
damn, y'all hear this, guys?
I hear it.
You snapped at me in the
Go
first
ahead.
4 minutes of this recording. Get fucked.
I snapped at you.
It's fine. Rounded out the show. Somehow I have to read something at the end here. You guys are brave for letting me read at all, because you guys know as a Dragon Ball fan that I cannot read. Would you rather marry someone you love who doesn't love you back, or marry someone who loves you that you don't love? First of all, Kelly made the outline today, and she's diabolical as hell for making people think about this. Sad and
At the
terrible,
end.
and I hope it doesn't break up any marriages. Who wants to start? I don't think
I
I
do.
do, because I don't have an answer. Kelly,
I
what do you
do.
got?
I have an answer. I think this is easy as shit. I would absolutely rather love someone who loves me than I don't love back. I can tolerate someone and you can worship me. I think that sounds great. The idea of marrying someone that I love and they don't love me back, I would fucking kill myself. Like, I'm not even being like sarcastic about that. Like, I have such rejection issues that if I even felt for a second that you thought I breathed funny, if you were like, oh, she irritates me when she breathes, I'll stop breathing. Okay, sorry. Like, my bad. Especially if it's someone I love. I love them. They don't love me. Oh my God, I would die. I would die. I would much rather someone I tolerate, like a nice roommate, that loves me a lot, getting me all my favorite gifts, doing all the chores I don't like. That sounds great. That sounds
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Sounds so good.
I was already married
Sounds great. Look at
to a
that.
girl that I love, and she loves me, but like I don't love her, but like she did all the chores I didn't want to do and shit. She gave me some
Amazing.
nice gifts sometimes.
Look at that.
I think I've already
Perfection.
lived this, which I think that means I'm on Kelly's side with this. I think
It's the
it's
only
that
side to
one
be
for me.
on.
You could love me, and that's fine.
You'll
That's
be all
great.
right.
Actually,
Yeah.
I prefer that you love me. I don't want to love you and face rejection. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I'll treat you right. We'll be friends.
I won't be
You
a
know?
dick.
This
Yeah.
this
But,
reminds me of something Patrice O'Neal said. When he
what is
said a
that?
Peace,
good
Patrice.
relationship for a guy is where a woman loves him and a guy likes her. I was like, interesting way of putting that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say,
I dislike this now, actually. That sounds really fucked. It sounds fucked up when other people say it. It doesn't sound fucked up when it's like
Especially the
for
way
me,
Patrice says it.
you know?
well,
What do
I
you think,
mean,
Raysean? Is
sometimes
that
you
what you
get.
think?
I mean, it's either what, be treated like a goddess or treat someone else like a goddess while somebody's fucking your goddess. So I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
go
Well,
I'm gonna go with being treated like one, and then
Hmm.
hopefully, maybe one day, I'll be like, all these other
You've grown
motherfuckers
on
didn't
me.
turn out right, and you always been there. Like, I
Yeah.
tried so many different but you always been there. Bitch, we 85, we might as well get married. You know what I mean? We might as well. Like, you gave me enough shots and chances to live my youth, so let's go.
I think that sounds great.
Like, that's what
I think that's the only answer. I can't imagine anyone picking the other one. Being with someone that you love that doesn't love you back and being married to them. Oh,
and then
that's like no
and they
offense.
show
That's
it.
like most
I
people's
think that's
marriages
the
right
thing
now.
that would hurt me. It's
I
like
know. Oh
if
my god, I
maybe
would
they said and they pretend
cry
like they like you, I think I could fuck with that. But if I was like, "Hey babe,
convincingly.
what you doing?"
Yeah.
and they like, "Bitch, get the fuck away from me," and look at me like I'm a roach, I'd be like, "Damn, like bitch, we
Yeah, like you smell bad. Oh my god, I would
married."
not be into it. I would be so not into it. I couldn't deal. I
You
couldn't
come home,
deal.
somebody fucking your girl, you just like, "What's going on?" She just
I
like,
would pretend real good. I would let that
"Yo,
other
daddy
person I
fuck
would treat
better."
that other person right,
You're like,
even though I just tolerate them. But I tolerate them well, you know, because I'm a
I,
people pleaser
I
and I don't wanna hurt anyone's feelings, really.
I'm nice to everybody. So I mean, you might even think we in a relationship until I bring the real bitch I fuck with. But then it ain't gonna work out because it never work out. So you just gonna be there and make waffles in the
Raysean,
morning. I'll be like,
you're
dang,
so
bitch,
funny.
I fuck with you.
This whole time you're like, "I'm an asshole. I'm such an asshole." And then you're like, "I'm so nice to everybody." Pick one, Raysean, okay? Which one is it? Okay? Can't be both. Ugh.
I'm like, bro, I feel like sometimes I have two personalities, man. Where it's the one that's just an asshole, and then there's one that's nice. And
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like they both can take over, where I can be nice and an asshole.
They're, like, fighting.
Or
They're
what
fighting
people
for
call it,
dominance.
it's like sneak this.
Split personality.
Jesus.
so that's the advice. Obviously, you want to be somebody who's loved. Would you rather? Yeah, I'd rather be loved, dumbass. Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Duh.
obviously.
Think I want to be disrespected by some kind of asshole I got a lifelong infatuation with, so much to the point that I tricked them into marrying me somehow. And now I just got to go through my entire life with just rejection day after day for the only one in my life who is my beloved. Yo, that's like living out life as Helga Pataki, bro. I ain't into that. I've been
Oh,
watching a
stop
lot of Hey
it.
Arnold content recently.
That's
Helga
so
Pataki's
sad.
on the brain. Although I think they do grow up to marry each other,
I
Helga
mean,
and
she
Arnold.
was
So
kind of an ass. She was kind of a little bit of an asshole too. If I was hanging on, I
she was.
wouldn't know you liked
She was
me
a
either.
bully. She was, like, seriously neglected at home. Like, when you
She was.
rewatch the show, she was severely
Yeah.
neglected. It's so sad.
Yep, but she
Like,
was
it
still
was really
very
sad.
capable and smart, and she fended for herself. She started walking herself to the bus stop when she was 4 to go to preschool. I love Helga
Nobody
Pataki.
packed her lunch? Stop
Nobody
it.
packed
You're
her
gonna make me
lunch.
cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna make myself cry. All right, we're
It's
done.
horrible.
That's the advice.
Take
Love
it or leave
your
it.
get loved. Don't love other people because that just leads to heartbreak. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Make sure you
advice.
rate and subscribe wherever you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube. This may or may not be a video that you can watch on YouTube right now. We'll see how it comes out in the edit, but we do post some clips there occasionally. So go subscribe to the YouTube, and we will see you next week. Advice.
Bye.
Don't be a butt cheek. I like that.
That was good. Yeah, no, that was solid.
Yeah. Kept everybody on their toes. That was, like, so different.